12. It comes on the green bike. Ooh, yeah, I think that was an error of her own, but she got dragged.
As we wait for the red lights to go on. Final race of the season underway. Fadila Arbi off to a sluggish start in comparison to Kriti Patt, but Kriti Patt, well, it's only comparatively sluggish. Those two got an absolute flyer.
Yeah, Daniel Sharmi got away well as two. I think he's currently third. Andy Fadley came through well from row 3.
Oh, somebody's down.
Were they down or did they pick it back up?
No, she recovered. Wow. He must have levered his way off the back seat of a trailing bike. That was a scary moment right in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, luckily they both made it through, but there's a little break at the front.
Well, it's the front two, Fadila and Kriti Patt, who are there once again. Have a look at this, Barry Russell.
See Andy Fadley in the middle. Oh, Isam Iqbal goes across. Can't quite see the bike he's in contact with. He must have hit the rear wheel of Isam Iqbal. Wow, how did he stay on?
What a recovery. What a recovery. Heart and mouth time for Isam and for all watching, because you're right in the middle. There'd be nowhere for other racers to go to avoid him if he had gone down there.
There is a notable break at the front here, so what can the riders do behind them? Who should lead that charge?
Fadila Arbi, of course.
Well, who should lead the chasing pack?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Daniel Sharmi at the front there. Quick rider. Is he the right one, or should it be one of the locals? Let's look out for the Honda Racing Thailand duo.
Late braking.
Davina Brittani having another good race. Galanghendra in there.
The lead between the front two, Kriti Patt and Fadila, is 1.2 seconds. And if these two work together, they might be able to keep ahead of the rest of the pack, which is being led by Daniel Sharmi from Malaysia. Brittani and Tiranai once again putting in a decent lap time, as is Galanghendra.
And the Brazilian Humberto Cesar has made a good start as well. Currently running in P7. We need to watch who comes through in the chasing pack. Davina Brittani's taken the lead, or P3, but the front of that pack.
Tell you who's done well. Kevin Quintal has got himself up into P10, bike number 14.
Yeah.
As we look back, he's just ahead of the Kawasaki of Andy Mohamed Fadley.
Yeah. And his teammate, Miki Yoshi, just in touch, I think, with that group.
Right, Isam. After that scary moment, he dropped down to P19. Heart in mouth time, but now he's just trying to work his way back up. He's under pressure from Kriti Patt. He's only 4 points clear of Kriti Patt, and at the moment Kriti Patt will finish second in the championship, which would be a lovely personal result for him.
So we know stopping these two.
The lead was 1.3 seconds earlier on. And as we can see, it doesn't look like it's been appreciably cut down by Davina Brittani. Prutpong is also part of that group as they come into turn 12. And they do look like they're sharing the burden, these front two, as they come over the start-finish line. It's the tie from the Indonesian, and the lead remains, well, the lead has gone up, Barry Russell, to 1.8 seconds.
And the two young Honda Racing Thailand riders coming through that group as well, both of them. And so is the wildcard Tiranai Tim, who went so well yesterday.
Well, these two are working very, very nicely together. Yes, there's a long way to go, but Fadila Arbi, I don't think they're racing. I think they're working together to say, let's sort out the spoils between us. At the very tail there is Chao Vietnam.
I just sense a little bit of needle there between, perhaps not coming from Arbi, but coming from Kriti Patt. I think he really wants to show what he can do in front of his home crowd in this last race of the season. He would have been miffed by being suckered into a mistake at turn 12. here back in April in race 1.
Yeah, he picked up P2 on that occasion, but as you say, it was Arby who forced him out of it. These two started the season so well. Maybe they're not sharing the burden, but they're not losing their lead. Davino Brittani from Astra Honda Racing is the man who is amongst those leading the chase, as is Noprapong.
Yeah, the gap 1.6 seconds now. That's going to take quite some closing down, quite some collaboration. A great shot that is. Great perspective of how this race stands at the moment.
They're sharing this workload, Barry. I know you're sensing a bit of needle, but the evidence in front of the eyes suggests that they are working to maintain the deficit, and the deficit is back up to 1.8 seconds.
It's increasing. I just feel that Kritapat has got something to prove. Oh, and down again. That is Lu Yin, I beg your pardon. She's got the bike trapping her leg there.
That's on turn number 12.
Turn 12. It comes on the green bike. Ooh, yeah, I think that was an error of her own, but she got dragged along by the bike then.
I can tell you, she's being helped away, but she is walking away, shaken and stirred.
That's unfortunate. She's done well this weekend in terms of how she's improved her attitude towards taking this opportunity in the AP 250 class, knocking seconds off her time from the moment she started on Friday morning. Anyway, her weekend is done and she's in one piece.
In the meantime, Fadila Arbi looks like he is trying to make a charge away. No more working together here. In the battle for third, Davino and Noprapong, young riders, Tiranai and Chandra, who's got a bit more experience, but those front two are teenagers. As we're on board with Humberto Cesar Neto. Takes evasive action.
Yeah, that was a nice bit of camera work there.
Ooh, a bit of a wobble.
Yeah, I think that's Tani who went wide there.
We lost a lot of ground on that scenario yesterday. Going through there is Aldiaz Axel. Where is Izam? Izam is still in P16, long way down. The lead at the front has increased, Barry. The front two are working together, and they've increased the lead up to nearly a full 2 seconds.
Yeah, Chandra takes a look on the outside of Tiranai in the chasing group.
You think those behind are going to have to work together, and they're not at this stage. It's all one for all, as these two, again, they're alternating. One takes the lead, the other takes the little slipstream, although that looks a little bit more competitive from Fadila.
See what will be in his mind. Use your expression, there's jeopardy here. Fadila has already taken the championship. Kritapat is pretty much assured of second place.
Particularly as Izam is still out of the points and dropped down to P18. It's been a disappointing weekend for Izam at the end of a good season. This is the man in P3, Noprapong.
He's putting some distance between him and Davino Brittani and the two Yamahas behind him.
He's looking for a second podium of the weekend, is Noprapong.
He's making himself a bright future, isn't he?
Fadila leads the way, Noprapong in 3, behind them Brittani. With Tiranai tucked him and Chandra Hendra, bike number 88, coming through. What is that lead between 2 and 3? It's come down just a bit. It's back down to 1.8 seconds, so Noprapong at least is beginning to make some headway on the front two.
Yeah, if he can keep himself clear of a battle, perhaps he can do it. He was just the quickest rider on that last lap.
Daniel Sharmy's dropped a long way off the pace. At one time he was in P2, he's dropped down now to P11. As once again the front two just share the workload. Behind them the two Kawasaki's are still not being able to make the kind of impression that they would like. Andy Mohamed Fadli and Ioki. When we saw how quick they were in qualifying, we thought they might be competitive, but it's been a tough old season for the Kawasaki pairing.
Yeah, that is Tiranai trying to get after his Honda mounted contemporary.
That's the battle for P3, that's for 5, it's closing in behind them. Galangendra is part of that.
Yeah, the other Honda mounted youngster, number 12, Panjaru, in that group as well. There he goes.
Daniel Sharmy is making a charge up the rankings once again. He was in P12, clearly he made a mistake. He's got himself up to P9 now. We're on board with Daniel Sharmy, and this is Galangendra behind him in P10. In the meantime, the front two continue to share that workload. Behind them, only Noprupong Prumpowers is offering anything.
Yeah, 3 different races here.
Focus, I like that. Noprupong is closing in on the front two. He's knocked off another 1/10 of a second on that lap. Somebody went very wide, I think it was Tiranai on bike number 36.
Yeah, he did a 151.881 that time around. Berto Cesar up there as well. Let's just check this out. Looking for the number 66.
I think there's a kind of a glitch for 66.
Well, I'm glad it's not my eyesight this time.
Yeah, he was up there and then he's disappeared right down to the bottom end.
Kiyoshi looking game in that 3rd group.
Hu Troy and Chao Vietnam, the Vietnamese pairing, also in there. Is Amit Mal still trying to make some kind of a headway, but he's outside of the points at the moment. 56 is Galangendra. Tell you what, Noprupong, to the naked eye, is closing in. He's the only one who is there.
Yeah, I do think the way that they put the young riders through their paces on the Thailand, that he's probably got exactly the right mindset. Now he knows there's a long way to go. He's got a lot of experience of running races that go on for a lot longer than this one. So stamina won't be a problem. Can he be a problem? Can he become a problem for the 2 riders ahead of him?
Well, he's got 3 laps to do it, and the gap is now less than a second. Got it, 8/10 of a second. He really has closed this one down, and he's done it on his own. Bike number 20 is the man we're talking about, because Fadila and Kritapat have worked together, Barry. I'm sure the truce, the entente cordiale will end pretty shortly, maybe with a lap and a half to go.
I'm sure it will too. And the interesting thing there is that could give additional help for Noprupong to catch up. But this is a very mature ride from Noprupong.
And Panjarak is the man who's leading that 3rd group ahead of Galangendra and Daniel Sharmy, and Ayoshi in there. So the group going through now is the battle for 4. This is the group for P7. Daniel Sharmy once again has got himself in there. He must have made a mistake earlier on, Daniel.
Yeah, Kiyoshi taking a look at the back of Yamaha.
Noprupong is now right on the tail of these 2.
Yeah, this is building up to a good finale to this race, final AP250 race of the season. Gap now down to 0.6 through the last sector.
Chandra leads that 2nd group. The front 3 are the 1, 2, 3 from yesterday. Yesterday it finished Fadila in P1, Kritipat in 2, and Noprupong in P3. Once they come round turn 12, it'll be 2 laps to go, and I think the gloves will come off round about now, Barry.
I think so too. There's Noprupong. Gap stretched just a little bit that time. Let's see what the young Thai can do about that.
But he's within touching difference, 6/10. It's about the same as it. What did he lap? He lapped quicker. Last lap of 1:52.1, so he made up 4/10.
Yeah, he is the quicker rider, and there he is as they come up to turn 3. Let's see what kind of drive he gets out. But now he can smell the exhaust fumes from Fadila Arbi, currently in P2, and there they are, all locked together. This is going to be a good fight for the final podium of 2025.
That was a brilliant chase by Noprupong. He was a long way down, 2 seconds down, and he's just edged his way back. Corner after corner, a 1/10 of a second here, 1/10 of a second there. It's taken him 4 or 5 laps to do that. Now then, Kritipat looks like he's just trying to make a manoeuvre.
Yeah, and Noprupong has really put himself in the shop window here. He was looking for sponsors. He's probably going to have to, yeah, the strong message there.
Motivational techniques.
Yes, indeed.
Good corporate management style. At the moment it's Kritipat though, who has just decided to take the lead. We're coming into the final approach to turn 12 for the penultimate time. It's Kritipat who's leading from the champion Fadila Arbi, but Noprupong, wow, what a performance. No, even if he doesn't get into the top 3, he's got a good drive out, Noprupong, and he will go through in second place as they go past the start finish line. He might not have the drive to hold on to that, but Fadila Arbi is certainly aware that Noprupong is there, and Kritipat is also flying away in P1.
Yeah, good opportunism here by Kritipat to let the 2 behind him fight it out for second place. What a scalp this would be for Noprupong if he can take it away from Fadila Arbi. So Arbi's not going to want to give that away, but whatever happens, Noprupong has arrived on the international scene.
Into sector 2. There is the live championship standings. Kritipat will secure second place ahead of Izam Ikmal. The Yamaha team enjoying the show that Kritipat is giving them. Kritipat has already had a couple of wins this season, one in Malaysia, one in Motegi in Japan. He's looking to make it a hat-trick, but it's not done and dusted, because look, Fadila Arbi, Barry has just been able to close in as they go around 5 and 6.
And he's closing in with Noprupong on his tail too. Let's see, the sign said strong. How does Arbi interpret that message? I think we can see now.
Well, he listens, he observes. He's an astroman, but it's still Kritipat who leads. Kritipat who has control of this race. Depends on the late braking. Who can wait for it? Noprupong goes on the outside. Kritipat tries to take a different line. Fadila Arbi goes around the outside. Can't hold on. Kritipat has the tight line. Kritipat takes number 1. Noprupong takes 2 ahead of Fadila Arbi in P3.
Wow, helped by that error from Fadila Arbi. A rare error. You could see just what a champion he is from the way he was pushing at the end. But what a performance. P3 yesterday, P2 today for the youngster Noprupong Bamproes. Congratulations to him, and big respect for Honda Racing Thailand for plucking him out of the talent pool.
All 3 of them line up and they offer congratulations for different reasons, I think. Fadila Arbi is the champion, but he hasn't won today. In fact, he's been outsmarted today by a young teenage kid.
Yeah, that was absolutely brilliant, and it just shows you, if ever you watch the Honda Thailand Talent Cup, just how well they drill these riders, and how strong they can be in a race. Noprupong just mugged P2 from the reigning champion. Brilliant stuff. Well, I guess we haven't seen the last of Notprapong Bamproez.
I'd imagine not. I would imagine not.
And really good performance from Kritapat. We knew he had it in him, and it was important to him to get the win ahead of Arby after losing out to him over the course of the season.
So Kritapat, a third win of the campaign. He had a 0 points in Sepang and it did not finish in Buriram, in Sepang first time round. So you take those two bad finishes, and that's very frustrating for him, as Izan is given a ride home.